Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Here with another unboxing video, or I should say unbagging video. This is an item that's arrived probably a little over a month ago and just sort of been sitting on it and sort of forgot about it. So let's crack her open and see what's on the inside. My trusty buck tool knife here. See if we can cut her open without killing ourselves. Okay, so immediately there's a couple things in the package. Get rid of that. The first one being, you can see where this came from, limited run. This was actually a pre-order I had done a little while earlier, and I'll show a close-up here. I don't know if you can see it because of the glare. It's a rather reflective card. Depicting two characters, male and female. Now, what came with that was this PS4 remake of Metal Slug 3. Really excited, big fan of the series. I really only played it once on OG Xbox. And I forget which one that was. Okay, found it. So originally, I have the original OG Xbox Metal Slug 3 version. And you can see the covers are pretty much identical. Again, if you can't see it in the glare, I'll throw up a side picture of it here. So OG Xbox, unfortunately, it's only disc only for me. I do not have the manual, which is unfortunate. But I'm always happy to play it on an updated system with updated graphics. So Metal Slug 3, this is a run and gun game. Came out around a little after 2000. And made by SNK. It's a run and gun across 5 immense and challenging stages, featuring multiple branching paths to explore new areas via multiple playthroughs, break through the enemy lines, fight off numerous gigantic boss characters to bring down General Morden once again and face a new threat from outer space. So 1-2 player game. There's the back. And as much as I like sealed games, we're going to crack this one open and give it a little bit of a try. Away from the face, Joe. Away from the face. Unsealed. And just to show you the inside, before I even see it. So Metal Slug 3 disc. There is a picture background on the back. And then there is the picture background. See that okay? Get that back in there. And then not much of a booklet, unfortunately. Just a picture, and see the health and safety warnings in the system settings menu, and nothing on the back. A little disappointing with that, especially considered some of the other limited run games I had, especially the last one, River City Girls, had a rather thick manual. That's what you said. Nevertheless, happy to have it, and I'm going to take you over to the TV now, and we're going to take a look at the actual gameplay and see what the start of the game is like.
Okay, so the first thing we'll come up with here is the character select. Obviously, there's 4 characters to choose from. And I just chose the first one, no big deal. At the start of the game, your character drops into the ground or into the water. And then I'm just going to test. It's got the standard shooting options here where it's you can shoot left, right, straight up. I can't seem to be able to shoot it on an angle, but that's okay. And then one of the first things you notice here is you're immediately attacked by bad guys. These guys being sort of like crustacean creatures. Right off the bat, you'll notice that the screen is 4:3 with the side graphics there. That's just to maintain the resolution of the original gameplay, which is fine with me. I am playing this on 60-inch at the moment. And I'm sitting about 5 feet away, so that's fine. I love the graphics right off the bat. You can tell that they're very animated, very, I don't want to say cartoonish looking, but everything tends to be a little bit sort of over-exaggerated in terms of expression. Your character here is sort of like some sort of military guy, but you'll notice that there's people with no shirts on, such as this guy here tied up. He's like a POW. So when you rescue them, he gives you little bonus items such as food or weapon upgrades that are only temporary. I'm going to go through the first 2 levels. I'll pop in and out with talking, but I just wanted to sort of really give you a decent experience of the game in case you've never actually played any of the Metal Slug games before. There is a storyline, which you'll see. There's no actual verbal talking. Most of it's done through movement, like point or direction from certain characters. You'll see automatically here your man cannot go in the water, at least for this stage. And here we are blowing up an enemy boat. One thing that the Metal Slug game series or franchise is known for is they are extremely unforgiving in terms of, I guess, being easy. You'll die, and you'll die plenty of times. Just get used to it. Don't be frustrated by it. The good part about that is there is unlimited continues. With this game, it actually keeps track of how many continues. It'll tell you at the end. Tells you how many POWs you save at the end of each stage. So right now, I'm not going to give away the storyline, but right now you're going against the bad military force. You'll see I switched characters, and my guy's a little bit pudgy. That was due to the fact of him eating. There's a bunch of fish. I just picked up one there too. You pick up a bunch of items, and your character tends to gain a bit of weight. Though it's, if I'm 100% sure, I think it's just for this character here. You'll notice the fantastic coloring in the background, the nice visuals there. There are vehicles that you can jump into, such as this little tank here. And this is the end stage boss, I want to say. Giant crab with a bunch of cannons on its back. Your vehicles that you jump into are not permanent. They have a life bar, which is up in the top left. Yeah, they deplete pretty quickly. As I said, this game is can be unrelentless at some point in terms of just bombarding you with attacks and you dying pretty quickly. So your vehicle is damaged, so I popped out, and of course I immediately fall into the water. You'll see how quickly my character dies here, either by a misstep on my part with the bridge collapsing or the stupid crab power rushing me there. You'll notice in the top right or top left, Arms is infinite. That goes with your standard weapon in terms of ammo. And then each time you die, you get rejuvenated with sort of like 10 of your special weapons. This guy just happens to have sort of like a little frag grenade that you can throw. The H gives you like a machine gun upgrade, and then you'll see in the top left there, arms. Under arms, it's got, well, it did. It had a limited amount of ammo for that machine gun. And finally, I've managed to defeat the crab. Here shows you I've rescued no prisoners. That's because every time you die, your prisoner count goes to 0. And I think I've yet to rescue a stage with having any sort of prisoner count. Mission 2. Right away you see a bunch of scientists running away from something, but you don't know what. You're quick to find out that you are facing zombies. And no, it's not the Walking Dead. You'll see I just got hit by some zombie spit. It turns you into zombies. You can still control your character, though your movement is drastically reduced. You vomit as your special weapon. If you get hit again, your character does die, and then you have to you return back as a human. I changed back to human there because I hit a life pack. This is one of my favorite stages of this Metal 3 series, or Metal Slug 3 game, just for the fact of it being sort of a zombie and a throwback to Walking Dead, which I'm a fan of. And then you see I got hit by the enemy, and your body just sort of decays. And then you come back as a human. As I mentioned earlier, there's no vocal or verbalization of any sort of storyline or direction that you're supposed to go in. Most of it is done through the expressions or the direction of playable characters in the game. So, and you'll find as you go into the later stages, I believe there's 5 or 6 for Metal Slug. I think it's 5, or Metal Slug 3. And the storyline is engaging. It does really make you want to push. It's not a long game to finish this particular one, but it does test your patience. At the same time, the story is engaging enough and entertaining enough to make you want to push through and see what happens next, either at the end of your stage in terms of the boss that you're fighting, or how the actual game finishes. I don't know why we have a monkey character chasing us or doing something with us at the moment. There's some sort of special pickup. So we'll see we're fighting. Oh, and now we got helicopters to fight along with zombies. This is sort of like a mid-stage, not boss, but mid-stage trial to get through. I chose the female character. For me personally, it doesn't really matter what characters I choose. They're all sort of pretty much identical, except for maybe the initial weapons that they carry around with, or the standard weapons they carry around with. Again, these little mini... there tends to be a pattern with a lot of these guys, but I find that I just don't seem to have the patience to really sort of do like a no death run or die as little as possible. Just for the fact of there being so many continues that you can do, it's really sort of pointless. It's more fun just to sort of play the game and go through it and just sort of enjoy all aspects of it, as opposed to, trying to avoid bullets, because it's pretty much meaningless, especially since it's basically one-shot kill kind of thing. Maybe if they'd given you more life as a character, like maybe 2 or 3 hits, as opposed to just taking one shot and then you die. And then when you're with your standard weapon, as this character is right now, it's you can't hold the button down. It's a lot of tapping the fire button a lot, so it's a little tiring. You do have a knife, as you can see here, where if you get close to the enemies, you attack them pretty well, or you attack them close up. And then you gotta fight stupid tanks that just pretty much annihilate you right away. Great visuals, though. Even with the background there, you can see like the cityscape nestled among the mountains with all the city lights on there, or town lights, whatever they are. And then in the foreground here, obviously you're traveling through some sort of military setup or installation now. But just fun graphics, fun gameplay. It's not too cartoonish. But it's definitely just, as they said, it's a run and gun kind of game where you just really need to tag and blow away all the enemies. I think we should be coming up to the final boss for this stage. As you can see in the top right there, it also says press start, so definitely more fun to play as a two-player game, especially since you always seem to have enemies coming from all sides, left, right, as well as top. There is a swimming stage, I know that in this one. There's a flying stage and something else, I can't remember what. But I don't remember what happens at the end of this stage in terms of if you actually sort of figure out why there are zombies. But you see there's a meteorite that has crashed. And now we have aliens coming from the meteorite. And these guys were, these guys were frustrating. So you can see they've added another piece to the story in terms of, yeah, you're fighting these jungle military force, and now all of a sudden you found their base, and they had discovered this meteor impact. Only to their dismay, it had started turning them and their scientists into zombies. Either the meteorite itself or these alien creatures. So you need to wonder how the story is going to progress. But all in all, really happy I picked up this updated version. You can play with different graphic styles. You can have the old school simulated horizontal lines on the TVs if you're playing back on a tube TV. There are other options that it gives you as well. But if you're looking for definitely a fun run and gun game, Metal Slug is definitely a series that you'd want to have in your collection. And we're not quite done with the stage yet either. It's notorious for one of those things where you're playing this game and then you think you're finally done and they throw another part of some sort of boss battle at you, which is fun. It's nice to definitely be challenged, but I find that you're challenged throughout most of the game. Certainly these boss battles would be a lot easier if I had a partner with me. I think that's where these games excel the most in terms of just having more fun and being able to share it with people. I would definitely pick this game up. I did, as I said at the start, this was a limited run purchase. I don't think... I think it can still be picked up. It was a pre-order, but it wasn't... I think it was one of the ones where it wasn't released in limited quantities. It was just all part of the pre-order, so... Anyway, that's pretty much it for this. As I said, I highly recommend this game. Pick it up if you've never played any of the Metal Slug games. There's really no need to start at the first. But if you want to, feel free to do that as well. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed this little unboxing / play video. And please remember to subscribe to the channel. See you guys again real soon.